Putin's visit to India in 4 years is talk of the town right now. The Russian president is here to attend the 23rd edition of annual India-Russia bilateral summit. However, it is more than just a diplomatic visit. It is a powerful message to those nations who think India-Russia ties can be shaken. This meet between India and Russia's respective leaders is expected to focus on boosting defense ties, insulating bilateral trade from external pressure, and exploring cooperation in small modular reactors. Vladimir Putin's visit also marks the 25th anniversary of the strategic partnership between India and Russia established in October 2000. This partnership was elevated to a special and privileged strategic partnership in December 2010 when Putin visited India. India's ties with Russia have been strong for decades now in multiple areas including defense, energy, trade, space exploration, and strategic partnerships. In particular, this decades-old relationship between both countries has been built on a strong foundation of defense deals. So let's navigate through the India-Russia defense ties, how Russia has helped India shield from its enemies for years now, and which defense deals are in the pipeline as Putin visits India. India-Russia defense ties are not new. The beginning of defense relations between the two nations dates back to the era of India's independence. India's first arms import from Russia dates back to 1950 when the Ilyushin 1L-14 cargo transport aircraft was inducted into the armed forces. This was followed up with the MiG-21 fighter aircraft. After this, when the 1962 conflict with China followed, India initiated steps to strengthen its defense preparedness. During this period, the then Soviet Union provided key military platforms, including Foxtrot-class submarines, early missile boats, anti-submarine corvettes, and MiG-21 fighter aircraft. Many of these systems were later deployed by India during the 1971 war with Pakistan. Since then, Russia has been India's largest defense exporter for decades. Even in 2025, in a recent SIPRI report, it was revealed that Russia remains the biggest arms supplier of equipment and systems for the Indian armed forces. Over the years, Russian defense exports have made up a lot of what Indian defense today looks like. India's defense partnership with the Soviet Union began in the late 1950s. The first major purchases included An-12 transport aircraft, Mi-4 helicopters, and 160mm mortars. These systems were especially important for high-altitude operations and helped strengthen India's early military logistics and mobility. India's first aircraft carrier, INS Vikramaditya, also came from Russia. The Soviet-built Kiev-class ship was inducted into the Indian Navy in 2013. Along with this, India's main battle tanks, the T-72M1 and the T-90s, are also of Russian origin and form the core of the Army's armoured strength. India's first submarine was also purchased from Russia. India's submarine journey with Russia began in 1961 when the first Foxtrot-class submarine, INS Kalvari, joined the Indian Navy. Today, out of the 16 conventional diesel-electric submarines in the service, 8 are Kilo-class submarines, all of Soviet origin, forming a key part of India's underwater defense strength. Several small arms used by India, including the famous AK-47 rifles, have also come from Russia. More recently, India and Russia signed a deal to manufacture around AK-203 rifles at a factory in Amethi, boosting local production. Beyond weapons purchases, Russia has also played a key role in strengthening India's missile power. A major example is the BrahMos missile, which was developed after an intergovernmental agreement signed in 1998. This led to the formation of BrahMos Aerospace, a joint venture between India's DRDO and Russia's NPO Mashinostroyenia. The name BrahMos comes from two rivers, the Brahmaputra and the Moskva, and the project was created to build a fast, accurate supersonic cruise missile for India's armed forces. Another major Russian weapon in India's arsenal is the S-400 Triumph air defense system, which was used effectively during Operation Sindoor. In 2018, India signed a massive deal worth about 35,000 crore rupees or roughly $5.4 billion to buy 5 squadrons of this advanced missile defense system from Russia. What made this deal especially significant was that it was signed despite the threat of US sanctions. Back in 2017, during his first term, then US President Donald Trump had signed the CAA-TSA law, which aimed to penalize countries doing business with Russia, Iran, and North Korea. With Putin's visit, India and Russia are now expected to collaborate on a range of defense projects. Moscow has also offered to supply 2 to 3 S-400 regiments to the Indian Air Force. India and Russia are also expected to discuss the joint development of advanced variants of the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile during Putin's visit. India is further expected to finalize the procurement of 280 S-400 Sudarshan Chakra air defense missiles, which were successfully deployed against multiple Pakistani targets earlier this year. Reports state that Russia is also likely to put its next-generation S-500 Prometheus system on the table. This next-gen S-500 Prometheus system is capable of intercepting hypersonic weapons and striking hostile aircraft and missiles at long range. The S-500 represents the most advanced tier of Russian air and missile defense. So what do you think? Will Putin's visit to India prove to be a major breakthrough for Indian defense or not? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section below.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.